Hey guys, welcome back to fabrication. In this video, we're going to continue working on the disaster Datsun Franken Z. Now, you may have seen our last video where we cut the floor pan out, and there wasn't just one, there was about 3 floor pans and 2 chassis rails that's still all over the floor. We've made a massive mess, and I've just discovered the amount of work that I've actually got to do to this situation down here. So let's grab some tools and let's crack on. Right, so feast your eyes upon the sheer monstrosity that I cut out in the previous video, link in the description. Now, this whole situation here probably weighs about as much as the full floor pan. You can see some nice welding going down here, and you can also see the original chassis rail that's inside there. Now, all they've literally done is put a panel over the top and just hammered it into shape and welded it, and then put loads of sealant on it. Look at the absolute state of this. Right, so the bracing's welded in. This is to stop any sort of like warpage or anything when I'm cutting, grinding, welding on this section here. Now we've braced it to the tunnel, which the tunnel's not going to move, so that should be good. Now what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start rebuilding this inner section here. The reason for that is because I want to rebuild the inner section first and then come to the outside, cut the outside off, and then rebuild the center and the outside from the outside, because it's a lot easier to work from here than what it is to work in here. Right, so I've got this inner section here. Now I did a bead roll all the way across, and I also hammered a bit of a bead, which turned out pretty decent, to be honest, further down as well. So that adds strength to this inside section. Now I laid the panel on here. I cut through both sections, both the existing and the new, and then I pushed the new section in to meet the existing one that I'd obviously not removed. So this is all nice and smooth now. There's no overlaps, there's no lips or anything, so I'm happy with that. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to get this floor pan in. I need to do a couple of amendments to it. I need to cut the front of it off, and the side also needs a little bit of work. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to weld it, spot weld it here, and spot weld it on the front there as well, and then I can tack it against the tunnel, and then I can actually bend it up and do something similar to what I did with the bulkhead, and make both panels meet together, and then do what I did here, cut it, weld it.